are all creatures of habit. I am one prime example of this. I've been going to the same school for 9 years. I've had the same group of friends since I came here. And I've had the same haircut for about 5 years now. And I even wear the same exact outfit every single day. So, as you can see, I'm not a big fan of change. I love my life. I love every aspect of it. I love my friends, and I love my family. I love my bedroom, and I really love this school. So why would I want any of that to change? Change was a scary concept to me. Scary to think that 1 year from now, I won't live 5 minutes away from my 3 best friends. Scary to think that 1 year from now, I won't have my mom's home-cooked meals every single night. However, the more my dad kept telling me, Delaney, you can't live here forever, the more seriously I started to take my future. I applied and got accepted to 2 schools this semester, the University of Arkansas and Texas State University. And let me tell you, deciding between those 2 schools has been one of the hardest decisions of my life. Because let's face it, this isn't a where do I want to go to dinner tonight type of decision. This is where I'm going to be spending the next 4 years of my life. And that was pretty heavy to me. However, the lessons I have learned through the process of applying to college are life lessons that I'll never forget. Once I started the application process, I knew one thing was for sure. It had to be a reasonable distance from Arlington. If you know me, you know my family and I are closer than most. There are 6 of us in total, and we're all each other's best friends, and I wouldn't want it any other way. So, as hard as it was to think about leaving them, I wanted to challenge myself and only apply to schools that were at least 2 hours away to get me out of my comfort zone. My sister Landry, who is 20 now, attends the University of Arkansas, which is my dad's alma mater. And to say that he was proud to watch his firstborn follow in his footsteps is an understatement. This put a lot of pressure on me as I made my decision. I love Arkansas. It is a beautiful campus, and it has a lot to offer. However, I just didn't know if I saw myself there, and I knew one thing was for sure. The 5.5-hour distance between Arlington and Fayetteville was the farthest I would ever go for college. Texas State, on the other hand, was about a reasonable distance of 3.5 hours, which seemed pretty perfect to me. So the one thing that I've learned from all this is to not take my family for granted. So the next time we planned a family day, I learned not to roll my eyes and groan, but to really spend time with them. Whether that meant forcing my mom to watch every episode of The Bachelor with me, or taking my brother to golf lessons. I learned to appreciate what you have before it's gone. The first thing I did was I created my resume. And as I'm thinking back to all the things that I've been a part of here at Oakridge, I couldn't help but think about all the things that I'd missed out on as well. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any regrets about the choices I have made in my life. However, I do wish I wouldn't have let fear get in the way of being a part of some pretty cool experiences here at Oakridge. Take student council, for example. It is something that I've always admired students for doing, getting up on the stage and speaking to the whole high school, promising them a bunch of things that everybody here expects them to follow through with. That takes a lot of courage, and it's always been a secret interest of mine to run. However, I let that one little fear of public speaking get in my way of being a part of some pretty cool experiences here. Which is why, after I discovered that, I decided to start taking risks. Which is why me and my friends, Paige, Madeline, and Mikey, got together and decided to make a difference here at Oakridge. We've always wanted a more spirited student body, and not just for the football games, but for all athletics here at Oakridge, which is why we came together and decided to create the Oakridge Spirit Club. We spread the word, we made a Twitter page, created posters, and even bribed the students with chicken minis. And on Club Fair Day, we had a great turnout of about 70-plus kids signing up. And since then, we have created whiteouts for the football games, and we even had a camo for Just Day for the whole high school. And I cannot wait to see how this club continues to grow throughout the years. And so one thing I've learned from this is to really not be afraid to try new things, and I can't wait to take this lesson on with me throughout college and the rest of my life. One other thing that I've taken away from all of this is to really learn to live in the moment. Although, yes, I know it's important to be prepared for college next year, I learned to not dwell on it in a negative way and really start living in the now. One way I have executed this into my everyday life is trying not to live for social media. If you're in high school, you're well aware how we teenagers can be with our cell phones and our social medias. And it sometimes feels like we're living in a world where people are living for a cute Instagram picture or a cool Snapchat story. And yes, I know, I can be accused of doing this from time to time. However, Now that I know that the time with the people around me are limited, I've tried to make a conscious decision to put my phone down. And trust me, it has made the bonds with the people around me much stronger and created some pretty unforgettable memories. Now, if you know me, you know how much I love my friends. And if you're friends with me, you know that more than once in our friendship, I have randomly pulled out my camera and asked you to smile for me. Whether we are eating dinner or walking around in the mall, if I think you're looking cute or want to remember the moment, I will without a doubt take a photo of you. Now, I'm pretty sure they're all used to it by now and don't think it's weird anymore that about half of the pictures in my camera roll are just of them. But it's just my little way of wanting to remember the moment in that time and place. Now, I also try to go to every single high school event I possibly can, no matter how lame or unimportant they may seem to people, because these are the events that you won't forget. Whenever the football team made the playoffs, Oakridge prom, and whenever the seniors beat the juniors 18-0 in Powder Puff. These are all memories that are dear to me. 3 things that I would like everyone to take away from all this is to understand that with change comes growth. The second thing is to start challenging yourself and take risks, no matter what fears you have. And lastly, just start living in the moment as much as you can. Now, who knows where I'll end up 1 year from now? All I know is now, after I've learned all these life lessons through the process of applying to college, I now look towards the future with excitement and positivity, because I know wherever I end up is where I belong. Thank you.